The Supreme Court getting ready to weigh in on whether or not the federal government violated the First Amendment when it pressured social media platforms to take down what it claimed was misleading content about the pandemic and the 2020 election. This case centers around informal pressure Washington put on sites like YouTube, Facebook, and X, also, formerly known as Twitter, to take down posts about COVID-19 and the 2020 election that the government claimed were spreading misinformation. NewsNation's Tom Dempsey is outside the Supreme Court for us this morning. Tom, what kind of impact is this case going to have on what we see online?
Well, good morning, Markie. To put it in perspective, just hours from now, the Supreme Court will be hearing oral arguments in what the Louisiana Attorney General describes as the most important First Amendment case in a century. Whatever the justices end up deciding will impact the type of posts viewers at home see when they go on sites like Facebook and Instagram. This case is Murphy versus Missouri, and it revolves around the attorneys general of Missouri and Louisiana alleging the Biden administration coerced social media sites to remove or downgrade posts spreading misinformation about COVID-19 and vaccines. The attorneys general described this as censorship and a violation of the First Amendment. Ahead of today's hearing, though, the Louisiana Attorney General posted a video about the significance of this case.
It's a very, very threatening thing when the federal government uses the power and authority of the government to block people from exercising their freedom of speech and their rights that are protected under the First Amendment.
Now, on the flip side of this, some court filings with this case describe the importance of the government being able to share critical information with social media companies and address misinformation. They also describe concerns if the government can't communicate with social media platforms about things like terrorism or national security threats. In a filing, Senator Mark Warner, a Democrat from Virginia, brought up misinformation campaigns with Russia during U.S. election cycles, writing, quote, "The best way to combat foreign malign influence is cooperation between the public and private sectors. Threat sharing allows the government and social media companies to combine disparate data sets and share appropriate information. If and how much the government can, play a role in content moderation with social media platforms will be at stake with all this. Oral arguments set to begin around 10 a.m. Eastern time here in D.C., with a decision likely to come down sometime before the end of June, Markie.
Talk about a busy 2024 for SCOTUS. I mean, my goodness. They are at it. We'll follow this one closely. Tom, thank you. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.